Very well, this is your latest Manchester United news and transfer news, and we're going to start off with Manchester City. They've had their Champions League ban overturned by UEFA this morning, and look, there's a lot of angry reaction to this. Of course there is, and look, I suppose many people are going to expect a rant and an anger, and to be honest with you, I'm not going to give Manchester City or UEFA the satisfaction, because I care about what's best for Manchester United, and we're going to get third. We're going to get third. We're going to get Champions League football. So apart from laughing at Manchester City for not getting Champions League football, I am not surprised. If anyone's ever watched my FIFA career mode, Mum's credit card can get you out of a lot of trouble. Everybody else, they start playing Ultimate Team. They probably don't want to spend that much money, so they work hard. Maybe they put a 20 quid in. Maybe they actually just work up from the bottom. And then you get these people who are like, they're in like Division 8 or whatever like that, and they're playing with Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. They've got absolutely everybody, and they got Mummy's credit card. And that's basically the way Man City have been doing it since 2008. Now, I'm not going to say that they're cheating. I'm not saying anything about that. But that's who Man City are. Regardless of the ban, they are Mummy's credit card. That's what they are. Or Daddy's. Let's not be exclusive to Mummy. Daddy might earn a good wage as well. And the reality is, that's what they are. They are a football club that we all know. I know what Man City were before 2008. I don't think some Man City fans do. Sean Gota, Brightwell brothers, Paul Cook, Lake, sorry. I know about Man City, and I know that they were nothing. They were nothing before this, and rich owners came in and they simply bought them because they had a stadium. They were looking at Everton, they were looking at Villa. The Commonwealth Stadium came with Man City, and they went, we haven't got to build a stadium, let's buy them. And you know what? Crack on. Do what you've done. If you've got the ban, I would have laughed. If you haven't got the ban, all I'm interested in now is whether that means Man City will go in for Jadon Sancho. Will Man City now flex their flexible friend and start spending money again? Because I think the most embarrassing thing about this is that UEFA have thrown football through the mud, really. They've embarrassed football, because if you're Leicester or you're Chelsea this morning, and look, I'm going to be arrogant, I think Manchester United will get third. If we don't get third, what's going on? The way we're playing? And on a Manchester United point of view, I'm actually, in a way, I think this is not a bad thing, because if United... If City had held the ban today, fifth place is going to get you Champions League football. And maybe Man United, with that mentality that, well, look, if we win tonight, we're in third, but actually, we're going to get fifth. They've got to win tonight. They've got to treat every game like a cup final. And as a United fan, I embrace that. I want United. I want every game to be a cup final for the next few weeks. I want us to go out and prove that we can do things under pressure that other teams are unable to do. Look, Man City lost to Southampton last week, and they deserve to lose. Liverpool are drawing to Burnley. All right, they've won a title. Chelsea can't beat Sheffield United. Leicester can't beat Bournemouth. All these teams are bottling it, and we're doing fantastically well. And in a way, I'm glad, because the Manchester United have got to go and perform tonight and prove that we are the third best team in England after a really weird season. So I do embrace that. Financial fair play. Look, this is a problem for Manchester United, because we've got owners who don't like to spend money, even though we've got loads of money. So financial fair play was always a bit of an advantage for United, because not other clubs couldn't really go and spend beyond their earnings. Well, where's financial fair play now? Gone. So do Man City need to comply by it? Probably not. They've done all the damage that they were going to do in their first few years, and they've got away with that. From what I understand it, there's no evidence of them breaking the regulations, but they did break the regulations in relation to complying with UEFA, probably part of the... look, ultimately all that needs to come out, but the 2-year ban hasn't even been reduced to 1 year, it's disappeared, and I think UEFA are an embarrassment, an absolute embarrassment, and they need to take a long, hard look at themselves, that you publicly say a club is going to get a 2-year Champions League ban, and a few months later they're walking away, basically going, up yours, UEFA, you're an embarrassment, and that's what Man City have done. And look, money can buy you anything in life apart from love. I don't think there's a lot of love around for Man City. I don't think there's ever been a lot of love around for Manchester City. But ultimately, they have got the best lawyers. They have spent a lot of money, and they were very confident that they would get away with it or be proven innocent. And that's what's happened. I think the embarrassing thing here is, if it's something that's going to leave you feeling frustrated, is that, look, you've got to comply by the law. There are people that, in my opinion, were guilty of offences, whether it's murder or whatever, and they get away because of technicalities or because the evidence isn't strong enough or whatever. That's what happens. That's why you have to comply, and that's why you have to abide by the law. They've been found, they're not having a ban. That's it. You can moan about it, everything. They're not having a ban. I think the embarrassing thing is UEFA, who handed that ban out, and to me it's just like, we didn't do it. Oh, okay then. That's what it feels like. The ban doesn't feel like it was given that long ago, and a few months later Man City are like, we didn't do it, we're going to appeal it. Oh, you got off, fine, let's walk away. And that's the embarrassing thing as far as I'm concerned, is that, do you trust the law? Do you trust UEFA? Does anybody trust UEFA or FIFA anymore? It's a bit like VAR. In principle it's good. I don't trust it. I think you can't, you expect these governing bodies to be professional, and if they say something, that it's going to happen. And basically what's happened is UEFA, who run the Champions League, who run European football, they've banned a football club, and a football club has gone, no, we haven't done it, and they've won. A football club has beaten UEFA, the governing body, and without much effort by the sounds of it. So it's embarrassing. And what does that mean for financial fair play? Well, look, it's always been a big question mark anyway, and now it's like, what's the bloody point? Because effectively, Man City apparently did a number of breaches of financial fair play between 2012 and 2016. So that's a lot of breaches. That's not one, that's a lot of breaches between 2012 and 2016, and we're now sat here today. No, they didn't. So what's happened then? What has happened? Mark, I don't think anyone should criticise CAS. Its judges are independent professional lawyers and nothing to do with UEFA or even football, says Joshua Harper. And Mark, Man United have reportedly tabled an offer for Inter Milan Skriniar, which we're going to talk about in a moment, which matches that of Manchester City. As I said, the embarrassing thing here is UEFA. You've got to abide by what the decision is. As Joshua said there, CAS are saying that there wasn't any breaches by Manchester City. The embarrassing thing is that this all went public and certain people got their hopes up. For me personally, if Man City got a ban, it just would have been funny because they're a rival. It would have been funny. Do I want to see Kevin De Bruyne playing in the Champions League? I probably do. Do I want to beat Man City in the Champions League? Yeah, I do. I do. I don't know whether we can, but I do. And do I think that Man City are going to probably win the Champions League anyway? I actually thought Man City were going to win the Champions League this year, and then I thought, how embarrassing is that they win it and then they're banned from it. So look, Man City are free, that's the way it works. Financial fair play needs to be scrapped now. It ain't even a rule. UEFA is so corrupt, but that 10 million will line their pockets, so why do they care? Well, I mean, look, that's just speculation, Sean Turner. At the end of the day, financial fair play is probably out the window now. I mean, what does it stand for? It stands for absolutely nothing. Basically, somebody's been charged with breaking the regulations for cheating in relation to financial fair play, and then that club has spent a lot of money to prove that they didn't cheat. Ultimately, it comes down to money, doesn't it? If you've got a load of money, what's going on behind it. But I think the interesting thing is that, look, Man City fans, there aren't many of them anyway, but they'll be going, oh, cry me a river, and it's like, I don't care. I don't care. You're not winning the league this year. You are shit. What's that to do with? And so what? You're going to be in the Champions League next year. So are we. So I'm more interested in what Manchester United are doing. We've had a bad 7 years. Man City have won a number of titles in that time. And, that whether, I could do the Brian Clough line. I could say, pick up all your trophies, all your medals, all your points records and put them in the bin because you got them by cheating. But apparently they didn't. So whatever. Manchester United's been around for a long time. Manchester City was invented in 2008 on a oil line. That's what it is. That's what I think about Manchester City. Fair play. Let's bring it on. I'm bothered about what Manchester United are doing, and I don't see what we can discuss the ban, and that's what we've discussed. And I think for me the frustration is UEFA. I think they've got a lot of people's hopes up. And I think I probably feel more so. And this sounds very arrogant, but I think Manchester United do need to be arrogant. If you're Leicester or you're Chelsea this morning, I think you're panicking. I think I've got to lose my job. I'm panicking. I'm going to lose my job. And that could be us. Look, if we lose to Southampton tonight and we drop points against Palace and we lose to Leicester, we'll probably finish fifth. But it's in our hands to get third. Only we can mess this up now. We're not waiting for other people to drop points. We can get third place. We can get Champions League football. What does that mean for Jadon Sancho? Can he go to Man City? I'll talk about that in a minute. But if you're Leicester and Chelsea this morning, you're like, oh my God. We've given up the momentum to Manchester United, and 5th place won't get us Champions League football. And Sheffield United and Wolverhampton Wanderers, all those teams that were thinking, 5th place could get you Champions League, it has gone now. It will be top 4. But my personal position, and I have been saying this for a number of weeks, is I didn't want 5th place anyway. Yeah, it would have got us Champions League football, but I said it back in January or whenever this ban came out. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets 5th place, but we're miles off 4th, is that not sackable in many ways? Because it's like you're getting it because of somebody else's ban. We need to be in the top 4, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And that's exactly why Solskjaer has turned it around and everyone's loving what we're doing, because we deserve to be where we're going to be. We're going to get 3rd or 4th place. 5th place never mattered to us. As I said, if City got a ban, it would have been funny. They're not going to get the ban. They will be in the Champions League next year, but so will we. We've got to look at ourselves. Why are we getting agitated or frustrated by what Man City are doing? Look at what we're doing. Look at what people like Paul Pogba are saying. We've got to get better and better and better. We've got to go and win tonight. We've got to be confident. Let's go and get 3rd and 4th place, and let's build from there. Does it mean that Man City now will sign Jadon Sancho? This is something that's really coming out today, and I understand the frustration with this. So, can City get Grealish or Sancho? Of course they can. They've got no financial ban on them now. Do they have the money to do it? I presume they have. They are in the Champions League, so that makes it interesting. Would Man City quite like to get Jadon Sancho? I don't think Pep Guardiola or Man City want Jadon Sancho, is the bottom line. I don't think they want it, and I don't think Sancho wants it. So I'd be very surprised if that happened. So on that question, there's a few people sort of really reacting to this badly and going, well, City are still in the Champions League. They're going to get Jadon Sancho. Oh, it's all on Woodward. It's all the Glazers' fault. And actually, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Sancho wants to go back to City. I think his move, I know Pogba came back to us, but it's a different scenario. I don't think Sancho feels he's got something to prove at City. I think he feels he's got something to prove in the Premier League, and I think he'll do it at Manchester United. I don't think that, there's not a change of manager. Mourinho came back to Jose. Would he have come back to Sir Alex? Would Sir Alex have wanted him back? And that's the thing for me. Sancho left Pep. Would he want to come back to Pep? Would Pep want Sancho back? I just don't think it works. And I don't think City want to spend £85 million on a player either. So I'm not worried about that. I still believe United will get Sancho. And I know for a fact there's a lot of work been done on that deal. So I don't see that happening. I'm not worried about that. Interestingly, as was said before, and hi Mark, great job with the Football CFB interview. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Well done. Yeah, if you want to check that out, it's on my Twitter timeline. Really good interview talking about this ridiculous real fans, and you're not a real fan if you're not from Manchester thing. And, there's still a minority of people doing that. But United Stand's a global channel. That's what it is. It's for everybody. So thanks everybody who watches the videos and gets involved. Everyone's a United fan as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter where you come from. And look, I know loads of people from Manchester who have that mentality. It's just a handful of well, it's more than a handful, unfortunately, but it's just people who just, I don't get it. Why are we arguing amongst our own fan base for a start? Things are going good. Let's keep it going good. And yeah, I think we will get Sancho, and I think we will get top 4, and I think that's all we need to worry about. I don't, life's complicated enough without stressing or moaning about Man City. I think whatever, they got off the ban. We expected them to get off the ban. The rumour was they were going to get off the ban. They've got off it. Does it impact on us? Only if you finish 5th. And I never really wanted it for 5th anyway. I felt like, we're getting it because somebody else cheated. I want to win top 4. You always know top 4 gets you Champions League. That's what you want. Guardiola literally ruled out going for Sancho last month, Mark. He's not going to go for City. Look, I agree with you on that. Thanks for that super chat from Nathan Morton. But things change, Nathan. That doesn't mean just because they've ruled it out it's not going to happen. But I definitely don't think it's happening with Sancho. What has happened is that we've got this scenario where Tuttosport are reporting that Manchester United offered around £60 million for Skriniar, and so did Manchester City. Man City will buy a centre-back, and they may well get Koulibaly, they may well get Skriniar, and look, they're very, very good centre-backs. Again, I'm not massively concerned. There's sort of a centre-back theme to the show this morning. Chris Smalling, very close to joining Roma. This was a story we mentioned about a month ago, where Roma will pay us £3 million for Smalling with a priority, a requirement to sign him next summer. So basically, it'll be another loan, but they have to buy him next summer. And I think that's just to do with finances, really. And we might do something with Sancho, actually. We might do 50 million now, 50 million next summer, or something like that. because people just don't have the liquidity at the moment. So Smalling's going to go to Roma for about 17 million euros, about 14 million pounds, which is fine. Over the next year, that will happen. Will United move for a centre-back? There's many talking about that. Koulibaly has actually spoken to the press and said that he's very happy in Napoli. He gets frustrated by all the transfer stories, and if the Napoli president wants to offer him a new contract, he's happy to see out his days in Napoli. So that's very clever from Koulibaly, really. That's basically saying to Napoli, look, there's interest in me. I'm happy to stay here if you give me a new contract. And he's on quite a good contract anyway. So Koulibaly does. I know Saeed last night. I mean, check out the show last night. He's like, get Koulibaly. We need Koulibaly. I think Koulibaly would have been a good player 2 years ago when Mourinho wanted him. The price you'd pay for him now at the age he is, I don't think he fits the criteria of what United are trying. We're trying to build something for the next 5 years. Koulibaly's going to be here for the next 2. So I don't, and he's going to be expensive. So I don't think United would go in for Koulibaly. Skriniar is a little bit more interesting, mid-20s. But the thing about Skriniar is, I can see Skriniar or Koulibaly going to Man City now that they've, they are in the Champions League and they've got a bit of liquidity themselves. But I don't think United would go for Skriniar because I don't think he's the profile of centre-back that we need. I mean, Skriniar is basically Harry Maguire. They are very, very good in the air. They're not particularly fast. There's big similarities between Skriniar and Maguire, and I don't see why you would do that. What we desperately need in our centre-backs pairing is a bit of pace, and you don't get that with Skriniar. So I don't believe that story. And I also don't believe United have got £60 million to spend on Skriniar when they're looking at Grealish and Sancho. We don't have loads of money. We know that. Genwil Belandari says, how confident are you with the board negotiating with Dortmund about the Sancho deal? Will they play tough or will they play soft to Dortmund and give in? One thing you can pretty much predict with Manchester United is that we will take a long time on that deal. I think that discussions with Dortmund are going to start very, very soon. I think as soon as we've got Champions League football nailed down, and that should be in the next 2 weeks, we'll start talking to Dortmund. So start of August, I think we'll start officially talking to Dortmund. And maybe by the end of August we can get that deal done. If we get it done quicker, great. But I'm expecting it to get done. I really am. I think that Manchester United are certainly looking strong on that. A bit of good news I want to just talk about this morning, because I think people are getting bogged down with this news about Man City. As I said, if they got a ban, I would have just been doing laughing. I would have been going laugh. I would have probably done yeah. It would have been funny. We're not in a position where we need to worry about it. We're not in a position where we need to worry about City. They're not going to get Sancho, and we're going to get third in Champions League football. So realistically, the only benefit of City being banned for 2 years was that they're cheats. And they're our rivals, and it would have been funny. Well, they're not cheats. By the letter of the law, they're not cheats, and they are in the Champions League. Does it really impact on us that much? Apart from we can't banter them. That's all it is. I think if you are other clubs, it's a big, big blow. Like I said, Chelsea could be buying Timo Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, and playing Europa League football next year. That's embarrassing. So the pressure's on Chelsea and Leicester at the moment. It's not on us. We put pressure on ourselves if we don't win tonight, but if we win tonight and we go into third place, just keep doing what we're doing. The pressure's on Leicester and Chelsea because there's only one more spot, and Sheffield United and Wolves are still coming for them. But interestingly, this is something I wanted to keep for you this morning because I want to stay positive. We've got a really big game today. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I can't wait for the watch along tonight. 8:15 kickoff. Let's get it on. Let's win, and let's turn what might be a negative start to the day for some United fans. I don't know why. Let's end the day in third on a massive positive. I'm a big believer that you take control of your own destiny. Don't wait for favours or hand-me-outs or anything like that. Look, the story of the United Stand, I don't want to wander into the United Stand here. The story of the United Stand is it started as nothing. A lot of people tried to bully us, spread lies about us, stamp us out. Big, big companies, big accounts, big YouTube channels, they tried to stamp us down. And we were like, well, at the end of the day, we're just going to have to do it our own way. We're just going to have to do this our own way, organically. And look at the United Stand now. Look at the community that exists. United need to do the same. We don't need handouts. We don't need bans. We don't need, coronavirus and people can't buy players, so we buy players. We would have bought Sancho anyway this summer. We might have had a bit more competition. We're going to get Champions League football because we deserve it, not because we were in 5th place and City have got a ban. I embrace the fact that we've got to go and work hard to get what we want because the reward is far more satisfying. And this is a life lesson. The reward is far more satisfying when you work and you get what you deserve it's less satisfying when you get something, but you'd get it because somebody else has given it you. So that's the story of Man United and Man City, isn't it? Man City are a very successful club. They play great football. Pep Guardiola is a great manager. They are where they are in a decade because they bought it. FIFA career mode on cheat. That's what City have done. There's nothing to say they can't do that. They've been absolutely vindicated. You can do that. You can do that. And maybe Newcastle will do it next. Chelsea did it. Blackburn Rovers did it. You can do it. The law is not there to stop you doing it. So fair play, Man City. You've done it. But Manchester United, we're a club with massive history. We had the Busby Babes in the 50s, Georgie Best, Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law in the 60s, Brian Robson in the 80s, the class of 92, Cantona, Roy Keane, Ronaldo, Rooney, Van Persie. We've now got Bruno, Pogba, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. We create our history. And yeah, we do spend money. We spend money because we create a lot of money because we're a huge club. But we've got a great history and we can have a great future. And it's always about the United way. Play risk football, attacking football, excite your fans, win games, do it our way. And the pressure, if we're not going to buy Sancho in the summer and we're not going to do what we need to do, the pressure goes back onto the owners again. Like, what are you doing? That's where we should be looking. And at the moment, things are going well. So let's keep building on that. But I'll tell you now, if United win a title in the next 3 years, it's going to mean way more than any title Man City win or Chelsea win because that's been done on rich owners. We're doing it with rich owners who don't really want to spend money. We're doing it because we're Manchester United. You do it the United way. That's why we love this club. So look, fair play to Man City. They've got off with it. They maybe never did it. Who knows? I don't care. It would have been banter if they'd been found out, but we do it our way. And this is what I wanted to say as well. If you look at the Premier League, this is about Bruno, and I love Bruno. If you look at the Premier League table since Bruno Fernandes came to Manchester United, this is fantastic reading. United are top of the league since Bruno Fernandes came in at the end of January. We've got 24 points. Liverpool are on 23 points. Man City are on 21 points. Wolves are on 21 points. And Sheffield United are on 21 points. So it's tight, but since Bruno came in, we are doing the things you need to do, consistently winning to get where we are. But the great thing about that is we're top since Bruno came in with 24 points and Liverpool have got 23 and Man City have got 21. But they've played a game more than us. If we win tonight, we've got 27 points and Liverpool have got 23 and Man City have got 21, all with the same amount of games played since Bruno came in. There's lots to be positive about with Manchester United and people are coming for us big. Look, I did a little meme today on Twitter where it was like one of the ones where I go, oh, fucking hell, I don't believe it, whatever, right? I said Chelsea and Leicester, that's how they feel now. My replies are full of it from Chelsea fans. You're still in fifth, what are you on about? And I'm like, yeah, watch the watch along later on tonight because you ain't getting any despair. You ain't getting any Michael Jackson memes where I'm kicking the ground like AFTV. The only memes you're going to get out of the United Stand and the United Stand community and United fans tonight is celebration. We're going to be in third tonight. We're going to be in third. It's not. I don't want to listen to this jinx crap. If we're not in third tonight, it's because the players didn't grasp the opportunity, and they will grasp the opportunity. It's not, saying we're going to win tonight is not jinxing anything. How can we as Manchester United fans jinx a result? 11 players who go out on the pitch in a United shirt ruin that result tonight, and they won't do it. They won't do it because they're too pumped. They're too focused. We are not impacted by this fifth place not giving us Champions League. We are Manchester United and we're at the wheel now. I'm not going to sing Ollie's at the wheel, but we've got control of the bus. And it's not a bus, it's a Ferrari. And we're going to put the foot down. We can be third through our own results. We're not waiting for people to drop points now. I knew they would drop points. I said it in lockdown. I may as well copyright it. I said we'll get third place. We're going to get third place. We're going to go and do it. And the performances and statistics and everything show that since Bruno Fernandes came into this football club, we are the best team in England. And that's not even... I said that we're the best team in Europe at the moment over the last month, and I think that. But that table that I show you, since Bruno Fernandes came to this club at the start of February, Manchester United are top of the league. Top of the league. Now, you've got to do it from the start of the season to the end of the season to be the champions, but... what I'm saying is, we don't need to worry about Chelsea getting Timo Werner. And I know I moaned about it. And we don't need to worry about Dortmund getting Bellingham. And I know I moaned about it. But I've learnt my lesson on this one. We don't need to worry about Man City not getting a ban. I'm not moaning about that. I don't care about it. It doesn't matter. So I'm not going to spend any more time moaning about it on Twitter. I think the thing is, UEFA have embarrassed themselves again. Man City have vindicated themselves. See you in the Champions League next year, Man City, and hopefully see you in a bloody title race, because that's what we want to do. You know, Man City getting a ban doesn't mean they're not better than us. We've got to be better than them. Mark, can you believe that we're going for third when a few months ago we were staring down the barrel of 11th? It's amazing, says CB. Well, this is it. This is exactly it. I think that we are where we deserve to be. And look, I've said it so many times, it's because of Bruno, but it's not just because of Bruno. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was talking to the Mirror, I think, about, you know, how they work on the movement and position of players. Tactics has had a part to play. Pogba's had a part to play. I think everybody in the team's had a part to play, and that's the great thing, and that's why I'm confident we'll win tonight, because if Luke Shaw and Martial and Bruno have a bad game, I still think Rashford and Greenwood and Matic and Pogba and Wan-Bissaka and Maguire will have a great game. I think we've got too many players. They know, they understand now. And I'm not going to say that we're not going to drop off again, because we might drop off, but they know. This game tonight is absolutely huge. It's so big because it's an exam. It's a test. It's the pressure test. You've got that pressure that 5th place doesn't get you Champions League. You've got that pressure that Leicester and Chelsea have opened the door. Are you going to walk through that door? And you've got that pressure that the eyes of the world are watching. Chelsea fans want us to fail. Leicester fans want us to fail. Man City, Liverpool, they want us to fail. They all want us to lose. Arsenal fans just want us to lose because they want somebody to be as shit as them. You know, same with Mourinho. They all want us to lose tonight. It's that pressure, it's coming back. And it's a different type of pressure. It's the pressure that we had under Sir Alex Ferguson, where everybody wants us to lose. The mainstream media will want us to lose because it's a better story. That they've wanted us to win for a while because United not doing well is, you know, that's not a good thing. You know, they want us in the Champions League. But now they'll be like, oh, if United lose tonight, it just blows it wide open again. And Southampton are a decent side. Everybody's going to want us to lose tonight, apart from us, apart from the United fans. And that's why I'm confident. I'm confident because I'm, you know, call me an idiot. I'm actually starting to trust this manager and trust these players. I'm seeing things in them, and I think they'll do it. I think they'll win tonight. And I think we'll beat Palace on Thursday as well. And then I think we'll beat Chelsea next week in the Cup. And then I think we'll beat West Ham. And I don't think that last game against Leicester will matter. I really don't. I think Leicester are going to drop more points. And we'll start to, you know, we'll be more than 3 points ahead. What's the point in having rules if you aren't going to enforce them? UEFA have had a mare, says Ewan Black. Bro, I don't know what will happen, but the way we've played since January, we deserve 3rd place. No one else does, honestly. And I'm going with a conservative 2-0 prediction, but an exciting, moderately open game. I think it will be an open game, Josh Sutton, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for it. So we will be live tonight at around 7:15 with the team news. We got all the fan cams afterwards. I'm excited. It's going to be a long day. I think I'm just going to go for a walk. I think I'm going to go for a nice walk and have a picnic or something, just to get out and about and blow off some tension and excitement and energy. So, yeah, screw City, screw UEFA. We'll be in charge of our own destiny. That's my message. We're Manchester United. Just move on. Just move on. Don't worry about it. It's not going to impact on us. We'll do what we need to do. Fair play, Man City. You got off with it. Everyone will make their own mind up about what you've really done, but you got off with it in the letter of the law. UEFA are an embarrassment, and it doesn't matter to us. Apart from being able to banter them if they'd had a ban, it doesn't matter to us. Let's go and do what we need to do, starting with tonight. And I tell you what, if we win tonight, we've got one hand on Champions League football anyway. And I don't think we're going to loosen that grip. I really don't. We're playing fantastically well, and the boys are going to go and do it. Please smash a like on the video if you're watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on that road to 750,000 actually. We're not far off 750k. So please subscribe if you're new, and make sure you join us for the watch-along tonight. We'll be live at about 7:15 with the team news, all the way through to full-time. We start this day in 5th. We end this day in 3rd. That is the motto that we must do. Because it would be disappointing if we don't win tonight. It will be disappointing. And there will be a lot of moaning if we don't. And I think we've just got to be a little bit careful about that. And I myself have got to put those words in. And look, if we draw tonight and it's because of a mistake at the back, it will take me a bit to get over it. But tomorrow, we'd need to wake up and say, look, we can still, you know, if we lose tonight, we still beat Leicester and we're above them. So we have got a second chance, but let's not be a team about second chances. Let's go and win tonight. Let's take the opportunity. It's not the end of the world if we don't win, and it's probably our hardest game. I think Southampton are better than Palace and West Ham, and at the moment they're better than Leicester. So this is the big game tonight. Let's win this game and move on. Thanks everyone for watching. Speak to you all later.